from all material contamination, because he constantly thinks of the Lord's pastimes, and because his mind and body have been converted to spiritual qualities. Because of his intense devotional service, his ignorance, material consciousness, and all kinds of material desires are completely burned to ashes. This is the stage at which one can achieve the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. Purified, he becomes anyabhilashta sunya. In other words, all his material desires become zero, being burnt ashes, and he exists either as the Lord's servant, friend, father, mother, or conjugal lover. Because one thinks constantly in this way, one's present material body and mind are fully spiritualized, and the needs of one's material body completely vanish from one's existence. An iron rod put into a fire becomes warmer and warmer, and when it is red hot, it is no longer an iron rod, but fire. Similarly, when a devotee constantly engages in devotional service and thinks of the Lord in his original Krishna consciousness, he no longer has any material activities, for his body is spiritualized. Advancement in Krishna consciousness is very powerful. And therefore, even during this life, such a devotee has achieved the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. This transcendental ecstatic existence of a devotee was completely exhibited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this regard, Madhvacharya writes as follows: Tad bhavo bhavo tad jatha surupam bhakti kechid bhakta vinutyanti gayati gayanti ta jathapsitam kechid usning japanti eva kechid sobhaya karinam. This ecstatic condition of devotional service was completely exhibited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who sometimes danced, sometimes cried, sometimes sang, sometimes remained silent, and sometimes chanted the holy name of the Lord. That is perfect spiritual existence. This instruction Prahlad Maharaj received while he was in his mother's womb, and the same instruction was given to his demoniac classmates. Then this is the world, material world, where we are. You understand? We have been given a material body, and we have put into this material existence or in material world. Why so? Are we material substance? No. We are not material substance. What are we?
Eternal part and parcel of Lord.
Huh?
We are spirit soul, eternal part and parcel.
We are spiritual substance, isn't it? We are spirit souls. Do you know it? Have you this realization? Only by saying. What do you say?
I have not yet realized.
You have not yet realized. Only you mere say so. Like a parrot. Parrot says Krishna, Krishna. Parrot doesn't know who is Krishna and what is Krishna. He has been taught, so he only recites Krishna. You are like that. You are like parrot. You are not a parrot, you are a human being, superior being to parrot, isn't it? Then, why do you say like parrot? Can't you understand this thing? Can you realize this thing? No? Why have you come here? What is your goal of life?
Unless the spiritual master speaks, you can't understand.
Have you not accepted a spiritual master?
Yes, accept.
You have accepted. Have you not heard from him?
Yes. Then I accept.
You accept him, but you have not yet realized this thing. What needed for it? For this realization? What is needed?
To surrender, to take shelter.
Then this shows that you have not surrendered. You have not yet surrendered.
Yes.
Then, when you have surrendered, sir, you should realize this thing. What is difficult? Huh?
It's not at once, but gradually.
That means you are learning to gradually surrender. Not at once. You are just practicing or you are just making a passion of it or an imitation of it. What is that?
I want to surrender at once.
Yes, that must be done at once.
I have to.
Yes. Without any condition. Unconditional surrender. You understand it? Nothing gradual. Yes, I'll try, I'll first see, I'll first examine, I'll first know what is that, then I'll do in a gradual process. No such thing. Stated by all Shastras, by all Maharajas, spiritual masters, that one should surrender unconditionally and at once. You understand? What is needed for it? And you have not done so yet. What is lacking with you? What is the cause? Huh?
Because I'm conditioned soul.
They are conditioned soul. Yes. Here, Prahlad Maharaj says, how can one be freed from such conditional space? Do you understand this? If you can practice, if you can understand this, accepting your spiritual master and can practice in your life, then it is guaranteed. But one thing is needed. But you know what is that? You don't know.
Shelter.
Oh, that you have said. That I say. But what one thing is needed for taking complete shelter? You don't know that. Huh? Gopikanta, do you know it? Have you taken complete shelter? The same question. Huh? What do you say? Huh? No? Yes? This is very feeble, not strong, yes. That means there is something lacking with you also. Yes, he says it now. Something lacking. And what is that something? Something lacking with Nuri, something lacking with Gopikanta. And something also lacking with many of us, many of these, isn't assembled persons.
That thing is unflinching faith.
Huh?
Faith.
Oh, you have not unflinching. Hey, this is your God, and that is your God. The same cause. What is your God? No unflinching faith. Yes, that's the most, that is the important cause. Krishna bhakti kaile sarva karma kruta hoy. Isn't it? That is the other part. सिद्धांत बोले आज तो श्रद्धा शब्द विश्वास कहे सुदृढ़ निश्चय कृष्ण भक्ति कहले सर्वकर्म कृत होय. This is Siddhanta conclusion. You understand? Huh? Allah Maharaj says the same thing here. Krishna bhakti कहले सर्वकर्म सिद्ध होय. श्रद्धा शब्द विश्वास कहे सुदृढ़ निश्चय Krishna bhakti कहले सर्वकर्म कृत होय. Shraddha means unflinching faith. You understand? Gita also says the same thing. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatpara sanjatendriyam. Jnanam labdha param santi achrena adhigacchati. Achrena adhigacchati. Do you know that much?
I hear writing this thing.
Huh?
Just reading, I can't recite by heart.
Just reading like a parrot. Reading like a newspaper. Isn't it? Newspaper reading. Huh? This is an important verse. Gita has 700 verses. All are important. And some are most important. And some are very, very important. You understand? And you should know. Some are very confidential instructions. You understand? Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatpara sanjatendriyam. Jnana labdha param santi achirena adhigacchati. Shraddhavan means one who has developed this unflinching faith. You understand? He is Shraddhavan. Unflinching faith in what?
In the words of Sadhu Shastra and Guru.
In the words of Sadhu Shastra and Guru. That's correct. Then this Shraddhavan Bhakti, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam, the spiritual transcendental knowledge, he can acquire. You understand? He can gain the spiritual knowledge, transcendental knowledge. One must develop unflinching faith in Sadhu Shastra and Guru. You understand? Then what will happen? Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparo sanjatendriya. Then he becomes sanjatendriya. What do you mean? What is that? He becomes the master of senses. His senses are completely controlled, subdued. You understand? Sanjatendriya. Jnanam labdha param santi achirena adhigacchati. After containment this knowledge, he gets param santi, peace, supreme peace. And without delay, he can approach the lotus feet of the Lord. Understand? So this one important thing is unflinching faith. And this is the result of unflinching faith, consequence. You understand? So you should develop. One does not develop this unflinching faith. In other words, we say, if someone has doubt in it, sansayatma, then you will take this. Then what will your lot now you think of? Never develops its unflinching faith and becomes some sort of very little doubt. Then you must face. You understand? So you should develop unflinching faith. And my question is, what is needed for it? That is my first question.
Listening to the sadhu. Listening.
That's not correct answer. Yes. Simplicity, sorota. You understand? This is most essential thing. Simplicity is needed. So this shows you are not simple, you are crooked. Isn't it? What do you say, Nurari?
Ignorance.
You are ignorant. Oh, you are not crooked, he is ignorant. But I say, ignorance, and maybe an ignorant fellow, but if he has simplicity, then he has good fortune. He is very fortunate. He has developed a very good quality, and that is known as Vaishnavism. Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur says this. Simplicity is Vaishnavism. And you have come in to this path to become Vaishnava, isn't it? No, not so.
Service.
Huh? Yes, tell me.
To run the service to the Vaishnava.
Oh, to render service to Vaishnava. You have not come to become Vaishnava. You understand? Here, my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, has given a very nice example. Let me say first thing, if you have come to serve a Vaishnava, is that service a constant service or sometimes service and not service? Irregular service?
Regular, constant service.
Yes. If it's a regular and constant service, then automatically you will become a Vaishnava. This service is so powerful. Understand? The example is given here. If you put a piece of iron constantly into the fire, it will become what? It will become red hot, it will become fire. No longer an iron. You understand, so? This bhakti, service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, service to is a bona fide representative, spiritual master or Vaishnava, is very powerful. You understand? If someone is constantly engaged in such service, naturally he will become a Vaishnava. That service will turn you as a Vaishnava. It's so powerful. As the piece of iron is turned into fire. You understand? Then why have you not become?
Sorry.
Yes?
I have to serve constantly.
You have to serve. You have not yet served. Huh? This is lacking?
No, I understand. I have to do.
Yes, therefore you have come here to learn all these things, to become Vaishnava. You understand? Vaishnava means a devotee of the Lord. Huh? That is our constitutional position as a soul, spirit soul. That first say that you are a spirit soul. You understand? And thereby you can realize this thing. But if you will constantly engage in this loving service of the Lord under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, or in other words, if you constantly serve as bona fide representative of the Lord, a bona fide representative of the Lord, sadhu, shastra, guru, sadhu, guru, you can automatically become a Vaishnava. You understand? It's automatic process. The example is there. An iron turns into fire. You understand? It's so powerful. This devotional service, bhakti is so powerful. And this bhakti is stated but material consciousness, because of his intense devotional service, his ignorance, material consciousness and kinds of material desires are completely burnt. You are a conditioned soul. You have developed this bodily impression and bodily thinking, bodily ideas, bodily conception of life, isn't it? So you have many material desires. And this will be one process. How? It is now stated here. The Lord Maharaja says, and that you have to do. Isn't it? Thereby you can achieve the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. That is your goal of life. The supreme goal, the ultimate goal of life. Isn't it? And that is good. All sadhus, all Vaishnavas, all spiritual masters, and all shastras, the scriptures, they say so. And my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, has quoted a very good quotation from Srila Maharaja's writing. You understand? When this bhava, when one achieves this stage of pure devotional service, develops your devotion towards Lord, he forgets his material existence. He forgets that he has a material body. You understand? His bodily conception of life is finished. It's gone to ashes. Then, as Srimad Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has exhibited the ecstatic condition of devotional service. How? Sometimes danced, sometimes cried, sometimes sang, sometimes remained silent, sometimes chanted the holy name of the Lord. This is the perfect spiritual existence. The devotee, one was developed such bhava, he also does like that. In previous verses, it has been stated, Gayati Rauti Naftati, isn't it? You understand? And our goal is that. I was also the other day telling the same thing, how the Vaishnava Acharyas, bona fide and famous Vaishnava Acharyas like Bhakti Siddhanta, Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, my beloved spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Prabhupada Maharaj, they had attained this stage. You understand? They have attained this bhav stage. But those who come to this platform, to this material platform, to the platform of the conditional souls, living entity, to deliver them. You understand? They never exhibit such bhav, static bhav. You understand? Completely. They suppress it. They suppress it. If that will be exhibited, they cannot preach. You understand? They cannot preach. The preachers generally don't exhibit it. You understand? They subdue such and they suppress such bhava. You understand? They are doing like that. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, Prabhupada Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, they were all doing like that because they were preachers. They had come here to deliver the conditioned souls. You understand? When they find that such suppression is impossible, sometimes it so happened. While they were preaching, they were speaking, sitting on Vyasasana, they immediately got up and leave that place and rushed to their rooms, apartments, and closed each other, lived inside. Generally they do like that. They never exhibit such bhava publicly because general people cannot understand this. General people cannot understand this bhava. Rather, they think otherwise. You understand? They may criticize the sadhu by that. Thereby they commit some offense. Sadhu ninda. You understand? So, those sadhus or preachers who have come here to preach, they generally never exhibit these things. Srimad Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had done so. In the beginning of his sannyas period, sannyas life, for 6 years, he was preaching. And at that time he was not exhibiting all these ecstatic moves. Then, for the last 18 years until Leela, you understand, he didn't preach. He remained in that Gambhira. Have you seen that room, Gambhira? Kashi Mishra's house. And he was discussing all these topics, Radha Krishna Tattva with Sridhanta Goswami and Ramananda Rai. And at that time he was exhibiting all these things, as it is mentioned. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes danced, sometimes cried, sometimes sang, sometimes remained silent, sometimes chanted the holy name of the Lord. Many such descriptions are there in Chaitanya Charitamrita until Leela. You can find it. You can find. He never publicly exhibited all these things. This is the thing. But this is the ultimate goal, to the last stage of devotional sadhana, the last stage. So this is from Maharaja speaking Govinda. You know this? Bhato Pito Kopho?
Yes.
What is that?
Srimad is filled up of bones, blood.
No, 3 things. Bhato Pito Kopho. 3 things, I say.
This is the blood.
Blood. Bhato Pito Kopho. Blood is not there. You know, Gopikanta? Huh? No. 3 things. Cough.
Yes.
Yes, there. Yes?
Cough.
Huh?
And
Yes. Bhato, wind, air, pitto, bile, 3 things. 3 dhatu. You understand? Other things that you say, the flesh, the blood, the bones, the urine, stool, many nasty things there are in this bag. You understand? Dasyatma buddhi kuno priti dhatu. One thinks this bag to be self. You understand? This bag filled with all these nasty things to be self, atma buddhi. That I am this bag. Priti dhatu. Sothi kolakadis bhumiti. So think the persons connected or related to this bag, this body, are my teeth and kin, own men, own people. You understand? Kalatra, wife, children, family members, all these things are mine. You understand? Are related to this bag, this body. Bhaumajyadhi, next thing. This body is born in that land. In which land? The land in which this body is born is worshipped. The land is worshipped. You understand? Bhumijyoti. He never says the supreme worshipable deity or object is Krishna. He never says that. You understand? Bhumijyoti. जस्यात्म बुद्धि गुणपेति धातु के सोधी कौत्रादि भूमि जतीर्थ बुद्धि न सलिले करे चीज. You understand? If that person or any person goes to the places of pilgrimage, tirthasthan, holy places, only to take a bath, dip into the holy river or holy pond or something like that, and thinks this dipping or bathing is tirthajatra. Such a person cannot be said or cannot be entitled as a human being. Is no better than an ass or cow, an animal. You understand? He cannot understand or he cannot realize this thing or he doesn't know that his soul is the body. He only knows this. You understand? And he has this goal in his life. What is that? This goal, do you know? 4 things. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, vaishnu. You understand? This is the need of this material body. How to satisfy these needs? Very well. You understand? He's striving very hard. He works as an ass to satisfy these needs and fulfill these needs. You understand? It's like an ass or cow or an animal. It cannot be called a human body, human being. You understand? So, Bhagavat says this thing. One who is a really human being, he should have this conception of life that he is a spirit soul, he is not this body, he is the eternal servitor of Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. His only duty, only work is to satisfy Krishna, to work for Krishna. You understand? He knows this thing. He can be said that he is a human being. Otherwise he cannot be said human being, he is an animal. You understand? There is a nice story I had. I used to say it many times. You know that story?
It's the one brahmachari.
Yes.
I've got my spiritual master and spiritual vision. And then he went to collect Dikya. And the spiritual master said, if you find someone is as human, then you can ask Dikya. But those who are like animal, 2 legs, they won't give anything. That boy.
Yes. There was a spiritual master. He had a disciple. So he ordered his disciple go to the villages and get some bhikya. He gave him a pair of the specs. He put it on. Yes. Specs as Sachinandan has put on. You understand? And that he has put on some, I also put on. You understand? And by putting on the specs, if you see somebody as human being, they collect bhikya from him. otherwise don't call it. You understand? So, he, according to the instruction of the spiritual master, he went on. It went through many villages, some 10 to 15 villages. You understand? While he was putting on these bags, he saw all look animals, like animals, two-legged animals. They have no horns, no tail. Uchchabhisana, My Guru Maharaj says many times, two-legged animals. Though they are human beings, but they are not really human beings, they are two-legged animals. That disciples saw like that. You understand? But he was always remembering the instruction of his spiritual master. Oh, my spiritual master said, if someone will be seen as human being by putting on this bag, then you get Vikhya, otherwise no. So he couldn't get Vikhya. He passed through some 10 to 15 villages, he became very much disappointed that I couldn't call it in Vikhya. So the day was going to end. At last, fortunately, he saw one human. So he got some Vikhya from him and returned to the ashram. You understand? Then spiritual master asked him, why you are so late? He said, spiritual master, when I put on this bag, I saw no human being. Other animals. Look like animals. Fortunately, after passing through 10 to 15 villages, I saw one human being and I got some Vikhya, so it is late. Please excuse me. You understand? This is a nice story. So, this is a very deep purport in it. What is that? Because though they are human beings, though they look like human beings, really they are not human beings. Because they only run after these four things. Eating, sleeping, mating, and depending like animals. This story teaches this. You understand? Only who knows this thing very well, that is the servant, eternal servitor of Supreme Lord Krishna. He is not met body, he is spirit soul, and who is constantly engaged in rendering devotional service unto the Supreme Lord. He is really a human being. Understand? Otherwise he cannot be. The verse of Srimad Bhagavatam says so, speak. So eva Gour is no better than an ass or a cow. What is our duty? Really? Because they are Gour, there are asses and cows. They think that duty is to serve the motherland. You understand? To serve their family. You understand? To serve their countrymen. You understand? They know this is our duty. Huh? They serve the government. Isn't it? To serve one's boss. You understand? All these things. They know this is it. You work for them. His work is worthy. And do your duty. Isn't it? Huh? This motto, have you pasted in your office? You understand?
Service to mankind, service to God.
Another thing is also there. Madhav Seva, Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. Service to mankind is service to Lord. Another thing is there. If someone goes something ahead, he says like that. Service to mankind is service to God. What is that duty? They never say that our duty is service to the Lord. They never say so. They have never printed this word of anything. Service to mankind is service to God. Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. Do your duty. Work is worship. Yes, let me say something. My work is finished. So, Maharaj, I'll go there. Unless I do, how can I go? But Bhagavat says, Devasya Bhutatmanunam Pitrunam Va Na Kinkaranayam Runicharadan Sarvatmani Jo Saranam Saranyam Gatam Gunnam Parivurtakartam. You know?
One who rendered loving service unto the Lord Narayan, he don't need to save anyone else. He becomes free from doubt, from all living activity.
He becomes free from all dates. You understand? One has completely surrendered oneself. When one has completely surrendered oneself to the lotus feet of Mukunda, Supreme Lord Krishna is free from all days. No days. Generally, what are the days? Devarsi Nunam Pitrunam. Devarsi Bhutato Nunam Pitrunam. Devruna, Runa means day. D-E-T. Day. You understand? Devruna, you are indebted to demigods. Bhuta, you are indebted to animals. Atto, you are indebted to your so-called relatives, kith and kin, friends. You understand? Nunam, you are indebted to the human society. Pitrunam, you are indebted to your parents. So many days you have incurred. And you have to pay back. Do you understand? These days. How can you pay back? You cannot pay back any other means except one. Gatam kundam parivurta kartam. If you can completely surrender yourself, lotus feet of Mukunda, the Supreme Lord Mukunda, Hari Krishna, then all debts are finished, paid back, automatically, no debt. You understand? Otherwise you cannot pay back. You understand? And generally speaking, generally people say so. You have to pay back the debts you have incurred for your parents. Pitruna Matruna. How can you do it? What do they say? You know it?
Yes.
What is that?
Give children.
Yes, give children. That means you have to marry, accept a wife and procreate children, son, to keep up the dynasty, Vansarokhya. You understand? Then you will be freed from the debts, parental debts. You understand? But Srimad Bhagavatam says, Gatamukundam parihurta kartan. To completely surrender yourself at the lotus feet of Mukunda, then all sorts of debts are finished. No debt. You understand? Very. You want to clarify to me, understand, what is that? Pay back your debts by surrendering yourself at the lotus feet of Mukunda or by marrying and procreating children. What do you want? Very, yeah?
Very easy.
Very easy?
Best is surrender.
Oh, best process. Very easy process of paying back one's debts is to surrender unto Lord Mukunda, isn't it? Then Satyanandan is teaching you to do this business. Isn't it? Satyanandan is very always thinking of how can I pay back these debts. I must do all this business, run this business, then amass some money or keep some money for my family, for my children, and then my duty is finished. Then I will go. Render service to Lord Mukunda. First I'll do it. But you should remember this, life after life will go away. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't pay back all your debts. Rather debts will be heavier, more, increasing. Then this is very easy way. Surrender yourself completely at the lotus feet of Mukunda and automatically all your debts are finished, paid back. You understand? It's very important. No debt. Yes, let me say something. Confess my one.
Janaka was a king. Said being a Vaishnava. He was a king and a Vaishnava.
Yes.
He did not abdicate king. He did not abdicate.
Yes.
King.
Yes.
Similarly, it is necessary that a government servant abdicate government service to become a Vaishnava.
No, not necessity. Only the thing of consciousness. It's question of consciousness. As Janaka had that consciousness. There is a story about Janaka. Sukadev went to King Janaka to get some instruction from him according to the order of his father, Vasudev. And Sukadev waited very long time there. Janaka was very busy with his administrative affairs. Sukadev was thinking, what is that? This the king is busy in all these things. Why my father ordered me to do? Like Janaka, such a very elevated personality, is a Mahatma, what do you say, Mahajana. Janakadaya, Gita also says that he, Bhava Krishna has given that instruction to Arjuna also. So, at last, Janaka called Sukadeva Goswami. Then Sukadeva Goswami went to him, then Janaka said, all right, please, let us go to the river Saraju. Janaka was king of Mithila and that river was going beside that capital and have a path. So both of them went, King Janaka and Sukadeva Goswami. Janaka was a king, he had very rich garments, kingly royal dress, very valuable. So he put aside all these things on the bank and put an gamcha and went in the river to bathe. Sukadeva Goswami was a jati, a virakta sannyasi. He had nothing, he had only coping, only mere coping, isn't it? So he also put aside his coping there and entered into the river to take bath. And this time, while they are taking bath, something so happened that there was a cry that everything is going to ashes now, the fire caught in the capital of Radha. And they saw, oh yes, such a great fire is coming towards the river bank. You understand? Burning to ashes everything. But King Janaka was unpattar. He was not pattar. But Sukadeva Goswami was pattar. Oh, fire is coming from my coping will be burnt. So he rushed to the bank to get back his coping while King Janaka was unpattar. You see, this is his thing. Our king, though he was a king, he was unpattar. Let it be burnt to ashes. It's nothing to do. Then Gopin, till that attachment was there. Sukadeva Goswami, that attachment was his Gopin. Yes. Yes. We never blame the government servants or government servants. We blame that attitude. That's too much attached to that service. That we say. If you can become an attached like Raja Janak, then you are a Mahatma. You understand? My point is that I never blame, because I blame that attachment. Work, if they don't know what is the work, yes. Duty given means material duty, not to service to the Lord. Yes, yes. Government wants to make you work like an ass, to labor you hard like an ass. Thereby government leaders will take benefit.
So that criticism becomes irrelevant. If one in his consciousness is devoted to Lord Krishna.
Yes, devoted to Lord Krishna, and he utilizes only service for the service of Krishna. Whatever he earns by that, he utilizes everything for the service of Krishna. Then he's like Radha Rama. He will never be attached. But we are always attached to our service. How can I get promotion? How can I get my higher increment or pay? So many strikes, demands like that. Now it's going, the professors' lectures are doing. So many things. Yes.
But my question again.
Yes.
That gentleman narrated he was the example of Raja Janak. The example of Raja Janak.
Yes.
Well, Raja Janak was at the head of the administrative affairs.
Yes.
He was king.
Yes.
So he could make the matter more favorable for his own devotional advancement. But it came from the government servant of today. When he finds the entire contrast environment, supposing he can't make the matter more favorable.
Are Baba, he cannot make the matter favorable by his own effort unless Krishna signs on. Yes. Then why don't you depend on Krishna? Completely depend. Krishna will sanction everything for you. He will make everything favorable for you. And he will give the best thing, the unasked thing, that is lotus feet to you. Phaleshu Padasana, yes. Karma means rendering service to Krishna. Karma doesn't mean to any type of karma. Gita never says anything like that. Gita only says this only karma. Jagyatha karma anyatra lokayam karma bandhana. That Gita says. That means you perform karma only for Jagya. Jagya means Jagya Purush, for the satisfaction of Vishnu or Vishnu or Krishna. That karma, related karma. You understand? Gita only says this is karma. Not fruitful activity, that's not karma. You understand? Evam joveti tattva, everything you should know it by tattva. Not by apparent consideration, it's absolute consideration, tattva vichara. That's Gita says. That is karma. You must think that we will relate this thing to our karma. No?
There also concerns that rarely obtainable human form of life can cause them to acquire that perfect devotion. So, for this material and because this body is so rare, human body, if they try to make Krishna oriented, not in effort. So,
if it is Krishna oriented, that means it is devotion, bhakti.
But it's mixed devotion.
Mixed devotion.
Because they would have totally
you will become a demigod. You will be promoted to the higher planetary systems. The Krishna will sanction many, much more enjoyment. You, Satinandana, enjoy. A very long duration life, a kalpa, which cannot be calculated. Yes, no pure devotion. No, not mixed devotion. Then will be elevated demigod planet. Yeah. In one life, in this very life, in this human life is possible, not in other life, not in demigod life, not possible. Therefore, demigods want to be born as human beings. They are much more anxious because they cannot get this stage of this pure devotional stage in that life. They miss devotion. Sajjan Puman Viranchitameti, Lord Rudradev Shivaji says. Sajjan Puman Viranchitameti Paramhi Man Jinto Bhakta Vaishnavatham Padam Jatham Padam Jathayum Kalatve Vibudhayasati Kalatve Padam Jatham Vindati Kalatve. That is Lord of Shiva says, you can become Brahma. Satadami Pumandiranchitamiti. If you can very sincerely working, doing your duty, or Swadharma, I say, not the so-called duty, Swadharma, Varnashram Dharma, for 100 lives, then you can become Brahma. Krishna will one day make you Brahma. Tattva Shiva says. Do something more than that, some past activities like that, then you become Shiva, mind place, mind position. Tattva Kinto Bhagavata Vaishnavaham Bhagavatam Vaishnavaham Ayam Kinto the Vaishnava, the pure devotional stage, bhakti sthiti is so powerful, pure devotion that we have not achieved. A pure devotee who is born as a human being, this Matya Loka, Ujjam Matrusham, I worship such a devotee. Shivaji said, I worship such a devotee. You understand? He is superior to me. He is a pure devotee. I have a pure devotion. Ujjam Matrusham Sada. Shivaji said, Padam Jatham Vibudha Kalatve. We Vibudha, we demigods, we have to wait for the completion of Kalpa. It is very, very long duration. I cannot meet that stage or approach that lotus feet of Krishna. But a pure Vaishnava devotee immediately gets it. He has not to wait for such a long time, whereas we have to wait. So, there is no bother to one is intelligent, directly take to this.
Jai Srila Prabhupada Ji Maharaj ke, Jai Srila Gurudev ke, Jai Samveta Bhakta Vrinda ke, Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ke, Jai Gour Premanande.
Hari Hari.